freelancing is a business. For example, Gucci is a business or a brand which sells luxury products to people. In freelancing, you don't sell products, but you sell your services. That, I think, is the easiest way to describe it. Just like a product business where you have to get customers to sell your products to, charge a certain amount, deliver the products to the customers, take feedback and make changes. You do the same things in freelancing, but with your services and not products. Here's how you can get started with freelancing in 2026. Number one, identify your skills. By that I mean, what are you good at? Are you good at writing? Are you good at designing? Are you good at video editing? Are you good at makeup? There are so many skills to choose from, but the idea here is to start with just one skill. You can pivot later or you can add more skills later, but start with just one. When I had started freelancing, I started with content writing, nothing else. I knew I wanted to write long form articles or blogs, and that is something I totally focused on. Number two, learn or practice that skill. So I know a lot of you are just starting out and you may not be confident about the skill that you are choosing. For example, you know you like designing and you know you like using maybe something like Canva, but you may not be very confident about it. So what do you need to do? Practice and learn that skill. Give yourself some time and learn and practice. For learning, you can simply go to YouTube and search for whatever it is that you want to learn. For example, if I want to design graphics on Canva, I can go on YouTube and search graphic designing using Canva, and I'll get a lot of videos I will watch and learn. Plus, there are a lot of courses available out there for, affordable prices on Coursera, on Udemy. So you can also get these courses and learn from there. Along with learning, you also need to practice the skills. For example, if I choose to become a social media manager, I know I need to grow social media accounts of other people or other businesses. So if I want to practice something, I will either take my own social media account and try to grow it, or maybe I will create a dummy account and try to grow that. So whatever it is that I'm learning from the videos that I'm watching or the course that I am taking, I will implement all those things in this dummy account or my social media account and try to grow it. That is how I will practice. Similarly, if I am a writer, I'm choosing, let's say, content writing, and I want to write blogs. So I will take the help of AI just to generate ideas that what are some topics that I can write about. So I will take those ideas and I'll write on my own, and that way I will practice. Number three, along with working on your skills, practicing, learning, you also work on your personal brand. Why do I say this? Because your personal brand will help you get clients. So a lot of people make this mistake that they do not work on their personal brands, and it is something that they choose to do at the end. But when I had started freelancing, I was building my own social media platforms along with providing services to my clients. Initially, when you start freelancing, you have to reach out to people, tell people that you are providing so and so services, and that's how you will get clients. But eventually, if you have a personal brand, no matter what skill you are choosing, right? Whether you are a social media manager or a video editor or a graphic designer, if you have a personal brand, clients will come to you through that. If you have a personal brand and you are reaching out to someone, they will come to your profile and look at your content and try to understand you. And if they think that, wow, this person seems good and whatever they are doing on their social media seems promising, they might say yes to you. That is how powerful a personal brand is. So along with working on your skills, you also start working on your personal brand and try to build a social media profile either on LinkedIn or on Instagram. I think LinkedIn is one of the best platforms where freelancers can be to get clients and projects. And if you want to learn how to build a strong personal brand on LinkedIn, I have a around 40-45 minutes long masterclass where I break down everything that you need to know, and it costs less than a pizza maybe. I'll leave a link in the description. Fourth is build your portfolio. Once you have practiced, something, you have learned the skill, you are feeling a little confident. Next step is to build your portfolio. When you are just a beginner who is just starting out and doesn't have any clients, you create a portfolio with your own work. For example, you are a content writer, so you go on Medium and you create a profile on Medium and you put your best writings, You publish those on Medium as Medium stories or articles, and your Medium account will act as your portfolio. If you are a social media manager and maybe you have worked on your own account or your dummy account, you can take screenshots of your work, like some caption that you have written, or how many impressions you have got, how many followers you have grown. You can take screenshots of these things and you can go on Canva. Canva has a lot of templates for portfolios. So you can select any one that you like and you can customize it. You can add those screenshots and mention what you have done, what has worked, and these things will act as your portfolio. Also, if you want to learn in depth how you can build a portfolio, I also have a video on that which I will link over here. You can go and watch that video after you have finished watching this one. Now, once you have done all of these things, you have the basic steps covered. Next is to find clients. Now, I know a lot of people face a lot of problems here. A lot of people feel that I am not good enough, or maybe, I'm just a beginner who would want to work with me. I want to tell you that everybody starts from zero and everybody feels like this. But the idea is to start, so do not delay this. Take as much time, maybe 2 months, 3 months, whatever it takes for you to practice and become a little confident. Don't wait to feel perfect, right? Because you'll never feel that. So once you have given yourself 2 or 3 months, then you start looking for clients. Now, as a beginner, how will you look for clients? Number one, tell all the people around you that you are providing so and so service. And if anybody is looking for someone who can help them with this, they can reach out to you. These can be your friends, your family, your relatives. Next, if you already have a social media presence, a profile, not that you have to have a lot of followers or anything, but if you are comfortable, post on your social media that you are providing this service, and if anybody needs help, they can message you or reach out. And the third thing that you can do is go on LinkedIn, and you will find a lot of hiring posts where every day people keep posting that they are looking for a social media manager or a content writer. You can go and apply to these roles and see if anybody wants to work with you. Now, here's something that I want you to know. You need to be patient with this process. Some people find clients really easily, while some people take a lot of time to find clients. But giving up is not an option. A lot of people give up too soon and think that freelancing doesn't work. But it is not at all like that. Once you get your first client, things become a lot easier and you start getting the hang of it. But if you give up too soon, then you'll never know what you could have achieved. So if it is taking you a lot of time to, find clients, then talk to other people in your industry. Try to build relationships with them, and you can even get some advice from them. You can also take guidance from people who are ahead of you in their freelance journey. And while I've been doing this, there have been so many times where my peers have referred me to someone, or I have referred my peers to someone. So that way also you never know when or how you get clients. Now, once people start responding to you, maybe you are doing outreach, you are reaching out to people. One roadblock or question that you will have is, how much should I charge? This is one common question that I get in my DMs a lot. I'll give you an answer. Nobody else is going to decide how much you will charge. People may give you a ballpark figure, but at the end of the day, it is on you to decide how much you want to charge. But what you can do is do your research. So you can go on Google or ChatGPT and ask them that what is the current market rate, how much are other people charging, or how much can a beginner charge for so and so, and you will get an answer from there. Also, you can do your research and understand what your peers are charging, what other people in the same industry are charging. And I would say that don't go and ask this to people directly. But a lot of times, a lot of portfolios of freelancers are available publicly. They have it on their social media platforms. So you can check out those portfolios and see how much they are charging. So you can get an idea from there also. And then you ask yourself, what are you comfortable with? Because if you charge something that you are not comfortable with, it will not work out. Basically, you will not have a good deal. So whatever you decide, be confident and make sure you are happy with it. Now, once leads or prospects start responding to you, they will ask you your charges, and once you provide your quote, they may or may not negotiate. Don't say yes or don't do the work just for money, especially when you are a beginner. Do the work because you want to bring results for the client. Do it because you want to learn and improve, and you are open to taking feedback from the clients. If your basics are set right from the beginning, then only you'll be able to build a sustainable freelance business. And these are some things that I need you to keep in mind. I hope this video was useful, and if you have any questions about freelancing, leave it in the comments and I'll answer it for you. And I'll see you in the next one.